So who is Anand?
So, hi Akshay, hi guys, myself Anand. I worked in Hexaware as a software engineer for the past 2.5 years, and I'm going to join Infosys very soon.
Hello, super. So what was the domain offered by this Infosys Anand? The
So,
profile.
it's a Snowflake Data Engineer or Data Snowflake Developer role.
Acha, so you already predefined, already thought that I need to do Snowflake work, or it was an offer given by the company. Like, how was it?
No, it was an offer given by company. I was a Node.js developer initially
Node.js.
when I
Okay.
was in college, but as per the company requirement, they gave me Snowflake job. So I
Chalo,
worked on it, and I kind of like it.
chalo. Super. So I will come to its interview procedure and interview experience later. But before that, let have a discussion on like how was your preparation, Anand, when you were in the Hexaver company? Like, what was your strategy? What was your approach for the preparation of these upcoming interviews and all? So, like, how was your game plan?
So my plan was simple: apply and go for the interview, but it's a try and catch error. It's a
Ah,
try and error
hmm.
process. You try, you get error, you update yourself. Again, you
Okay.
try, you get error, you update yourself. So
Hmm.
the whole process took almost 6 months. Over 6 months,
6 months.
the whole process took.
Okay.
And initially, when I completed the certification,
Okay.
uh, so I thought like I should apply for it. But
Okay.
when I applying it, I was not getting the call.
Hmm.
So it was initially very disappointing. But
Okay.
later on, I realized like I have to create a plan and work on it. So that's how it happened.
Okay, so like, how was it? Like, you went with a reference, or you applied to different company openings? Like, how was it?
Yeah. So I messaged on LinkedIn many to refer, but I only referred in 10% of the jobs. Sometimes people don't refer you.
Okay. Hmm.
So the thing is, I thought like while applying to the job, I realized like almost 60 to 70% of the job I was not fit for them. You
Okay.
have to match your JD with your tech skills,
Hmm. Job description.
and
Hmm.
then only you have to apply, or else it's just unusual or nonsense competition, which is not
Correct.
required. This is the reason why I was rejected in most of the application.
Makes sense.
So this is what I realized over the period of time. Later
Hmm.
on, I realized like I have to tweak my resume.
Okay.
Made some mini projects,
Hmm.
and I put my GitHub link in my resume. I put my LinkedIn link in my resume.
Hmm.
And also I thought of it like let's put my credential link of my certification in my
Okay.
resume itself. So
Hmm.
even if it is getting scanned by ATS, I also made it ATS friendly as well. So
Uh-huh.
even it
Hmm.
is getting scanned by ATS, and later on if it is getting scanned by HR. So
Hmm.
if HR is looking at it, if a person is looking at it on a resume, it can there is more he's more likely to
Ah,
click on the link. So
understood.
and it is more likely to get shortlisted as well. So this is how I thought, and then later on I got selected, and my profile got shortlisted as well.
Okay. So your approach was like, prepare your CV according to the company's requirement job description. Correct? Huh?
Yes, also, and the thing is, most of the companies use ATS now,
Ah.
so the resume will be ATS friendly.
Hmm.
And in order to make the resume ATS friendly, you have to make it simpler,
Hmm.
and in such a format like the keyword should match the job description.
Okay. Hmm.
So this is small things which make so much difference
Yep.
actually.
Agree with that. Chalo, so this was your preparation, and this was the strategy for, CV strategy, what to put into the CV, and that is how
Yes.
it worked out. So coming to the Infosys part, Anand, like, it was went from a reference, or it was a shortlisted offer. Like, how was it?
No, actually, the thing is, even though I was applying from LinkedIn and Naukri, I was still going in the company career portal and applying on it as well.
Hmm.
So my friend got selected in Infosys,
Okay.
and then I realized like, let me see in the career portal of Infosys as well. So I searched on Snowflake. I just searched the keyword as Snowflake, and the Snowflake job was posted there.
Okay.
And then I clicked on apply on it and filled all the details. And then after 10 or 15 days, I received an email for this interview availability slot.
Okay.
Initially, I was a Node.js developer when I was in college, but
Okay.
Hexaware asked me to work on Snowflake. So
Acha,
two and a half years I worked on Snowflake.
acha, you worked.
Later on,
Mhm.
I kind of liked the Snowflake. Then
Acha.
I started looking for Snowflake opportunities.
Okay, so when you were in the Hexaware, you already had a hands-on on this Snowflake domain.
Yes, I did have
Uh-huh.
experience in Snowflake. I had over 2.5 years of experience in Snowflake while I was working in Hexaware. I had experience in ETL tools such as ICS Cloud and Airflow DAG as well.
Airflow,
So
okay.
I had this experience.
Chalo. So have you done any certifications, Anand, before joining Infosys?
I was in Hexaware there itself. I completed two certifications that I
Acha.
that I feel are major certification which fueled my switch.
Mhm.
So one is Azure Fundamental, which is a
Okay,
fundamental for Azure Cloud Computing, and another one is Snowpro Core certification.
okay,
So this certification itself costed me 17,000 rupees.
okay.
It's a very renowned certification in Snowflake field,
Mhm.
and if you have this certification, the
Mhm.
HR may get you to the interview in a
Ah,
easy manner. This is what
ah,
I feel.
okay, understood. So this was the part one. So let put a focus
Hmm.
on your Infosys hiring procedure. So Snowflake Data Engineer Interview Experience. So how was the hiring procedure, Anand? Like how was the screening happened? Any talk on that?
So I applied in I applied in Infosys Career Portal,
Mm-hmm.
and after 10 or maybe 15 days, I received an email from the Infosys TA team
Okay.
asking to select the interview slot available timing.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So I gave myself 2 days of buffer time to have
Okay.
some preparation as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I, after next day, I received a call from HR like that tomorrow I will be having the interview. I
Okay.
said okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then next day my interview happened
Okay.
between 5 in the evening. So then later on, after 3 4 days, the second round happened, and
Mm-hmm.
the very next day of my second round, the HR round happened.
Okay. So in total, three round happened. Correct?
Yes, yes. First round is technical round. Second
Okay.
round is techno managerial round.
Okay.
Third round is salary discussion round.
Okay. Salary discussion. So let briefly discuss one by one rounds. Okay, Anand. So first you mentioned that
Hmm.
there will be a sending an email just to select a slot. Number one.
Hmm.
Correct. Second
Yes,
was technical round. Third was
yes,
technical plus managerial. Correct?
yes,
Uh,
yes.
fourth was casual salary negotiation
Yes,
HR round.
HR round. Yeah. So there is no first round, as you said. Like it
Achha.
was a just interview selection, interview slot available timing selection.
Ah,
So there is only three rounds.
sure. So let's put a spotlight on its technical round. So how was your technical
Hmm.
round interview experience?
Okay, so it started on the evening time, and then the interview asked me to introduce myself.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Then after giving my introduction, the interview asked me like, what are my roles and responsibilities in my current project.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So then I explained her like, these are my roles and responsibilities. This is what I've done.
Mm-hmm.
And then one question everyone asks. There are few questions which are like bound to be asked in an interview. First one
Mm-hmm.
is they will ask you join question.
Okay.
They will ask you normal coding question,
Okay.
and then there is one specifically they ask explain any tough situation or any tough work you have done in your career. One
Okay.
of the tough.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote that answer in my notebook.
Okay.
To so this matters actually. This is what I believe. So I gave a number of interviews before Infosys,
Uh-huh. Okay.
and then I realized like the your presentation skills also matter in such kind of interviews as well. So if some questions are bound to be asked, you better present them as well. Give
Mm-hmm.
some mock interviews,
Okay.
talk to yourself like how you can present yourself in a
Ah.
better way.
Mm.
So I wrote that answer in my copy, like this is how I should tell the interviewer, like
Ah.
this is how the situation was, and this is how I solved this situation. So
Mm-hmm.
this was one of the questions.
Mm-hmm.
The interviewer asked me about Snowflake basics like data warehouse, difference between data warehouse and database,
Okay.
difference between ETL and ELT processes,
Okay.
what is time travel,
Mm-hmm.
and then she shifted towards the coding questions.
Okay.
So there is one join question which everyone asks.
Okay.
So anyone, if they are searching for interview question based on join, they just search on Google or sorry YouTube, like join interview question, SQL join interview question,
Okay.
you can get n number of
Uh,
question asked in SQL join. So from there you can take the reference. So she asked me one join question. Then she asked me another query like if you can tell last transactions
okay.
in a transaction table, last row
Mhm.
in a table. Then she asked me one window function query like,
Okay.
can you let me know the second highest salary department wise? Then she asked me that have you faced any toughest problem in your career and how you overcome it? So
Okay.
this was the
Okay.
question which was asked to me in tier one.
Okay. So you
And
mentioned.
she also asked me what you learned there, like
Okay.
what you learned in this. So you better prepare yourself so that you can get like good remark from them
Uh,
because interview feedback is very important.
Understood. Okay. You also mentioned that there was a coding question. Correct.
Yes.
So okay, you remember that question, Anand? If you remember, you can just mention it here.
Okay, so first coding question what I was asked is if suppose there is a transaction table,
Uh-huh.
how can you get the last record, the
Okay.
last row inserted in the transaction table? This was the
Okay.
one question. Another question I was asked is suppose there are two table, both are having a single column.
Okay.
And if you perform all the types of join, left join, full, left join, right join, full join,
Okay.
what will be the number of records of the table? So there
Mm.
are 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, null, null. This kind of records are
Okay.
there in both the tables.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
in this question, I have asked to provide the number of records in the table. So this is the
Okay.
question which is asked in almost all the interview for SQL or data warehouse job.
Okay. Got it.
The other question I was asked is how you can you utilize time travel.
Hmm. Okay.
So
History.
write a query for time travel. The
Hmm.
fourth one I was asked is uh, retrieve the second highest salary of an
Okay.
employee
Hmm.
of all the employee department wise.
Okay.
So these are the question which was asked to me in
Hmm.
the interview.
Okay. So, for your preparation, so did you refer any reference website or any source for your preparation, Anand? Any talk on
Yes,
that?
yes. First, I would advise to create a notes of all the interviews
Uh-huh.
and create the write the definition of all the things,
Mm.
like all the concepts, so
Yep.
that you can whenever there is an interview coming up, you can always revise them. Second, there is one website for SQL practice.
Okay.
The website name itself is SQL practice.
Okay.
First, do the practice from there. So
Okay.
I can share you the website name and you can share in the link as well.
Yeah.
And then later on switch to HackerRank and LeetCode.
Okay.
So SQL practice website, it's very friendly, user friendly,
Okay.
and you get the database there itself, and they will
Mm.
ask you simple question, and then later on uh, the easy, medium, and hard all levels of question
Thing
will be there.
increases. Okay. Mm.
Yeah. So
Okay.
these are the website I did for SQL. For Python. I did my uh, I I I practice in VS Code itself. I just looked in the Google like what are the coding question asked for Python.
Okay.
But fortunately, it was not asked in Snowflake Data Engineering.
Mhm. Okay, so you mentioned that coding is like SQL related queries. They will be giving a scenario, and you need to write the SQL queries. So that is scenario number
Yes,
one.
yes, yes.
Okay,
Hmm.
so no coding question like DSA. I mean, no such kind of questions, data structure kind of questions, Anand.
No, it's a I would say it's 70 to 80% SQL
Oh.
job,
Hmm.
and it's a data engineer job, so it's rely on SQL itself
Uh,
most of the time.
Agree.
So they will only be asking for SQL question only, and SQL is easy to learn
Hmm.
initially, and later on, if you learn it in a good way and practice it every day, you can get master in it.
Okay.
So just go for the interview questions. You can. There's also some few sources which you can do. Just search on LinkedIn.
Okay.
People are writing their interview experience of different companies.
Uh,
So
yep.
follow them. Every day they post their interview experience.
Uh,
Follow HRs on LinkedIn. So these are all small steps that you need to take to go for a switch.
Chalo then. So yeah, guys, all the links mentioned by Anand will be shared in the description. You can go have and practice with those questions and get familiar with that. And yeah, I will be attaching all the links into the description. And Anand, anything else, Anand, in the technical round? Any other questions apart from this?
No, they only asked the conceptual question, which I
Mm.
already said, and then the toughest question which you have done. So that
Mhm.
you have to prepare by yourself.
Okay.
This
All
was
right.
the question I was asked in technical.
Right. Putting spotlight on this that tough question you mentioned, right? Tough question.
Hmm.
So you remember that
Hmm.
tough question, Anand?
Yes, I was about, yes, I remember because I have practiced it.
Uh-huh.
So the question was like, it was not a scenario specific or what. The
Okay.
interviewer asked me like, what is the toughest problem you have solved and you have been given.
Okay. Hmm.
So for every person, it will be different. For me, it
Uh-huh.
was automated task
Okay.
and which required an ISCS tool, Airflow, and Snowflake, three of them.
Okay. Hmm.
So in in this task, I had to utilize all of them,
Hmm.
and I had to write Python and SQL code in them.
Hmm.
So I explained thoroughly the whole problem and how I automated the task and what coding I did.
Okay. Hmm.
I also told them like I looked in Stack Overflow and the documentation to get
Hmm.
a better oversight because this problem was very relatively new to me.
Okay.
So then I also did some chat GPT, but nothing helped. You have to figure out in your own way if you get a new problem.
Okay.
So then I realized and then I solved it, and that's how I explained to her as well.
All right. Super. I mean, it's all about how you do research to solve this problem. That is what I can say in a single statement.
I believe yes, but you have to present yourself in
Uh,
such a way that you did some learning out of the task as well.
Execution.
So, yeah.
Chalo. So this is all about the technical round.
Hmm.
So each round is an elimination round, correct?
Yes, correct, correct.
Okay.
Each round is an elimination.
So how long it went, Anand? Like time taken for the technical round?
40, 45 minutes.
45. It was on site or online? How was it?
Online.
Online. So what was the platform? Any remember? Like, is it Zoom? Is it Teams? Which one?
Teams,
Teams, huh?
teams.
All right.
Hmm.
So this was all about the technical round, and the main priority what I felt is they will be checking your SQL knowledge. I mean, query knowledge.
Yes.
So a bit
And
about
Snowflake knowledge as well.
and profile related queries. But main, I
Hmm.
mean, coming
Profile.
speaking commonly, like my understanding is like if comes to the data engineer part, SQL query is the game changer questions. It is the main
Yes.
important.
So there are three main pillars in data engineering. And
Mm,
one is Python, another one is SQL, and third is PySpark. PySpark is
this part.
gaining too much
Mm,
attraction nowadays,
yep.
but it is role specific.
Uh-huh.
PySpark is, but my role was Snowflake, and
Okay.
Snowflake right now does not support PySpark. It
Uh-huh.
supports Python and SQL
Mm,
and Java as well. So Python and SQL was something I had to prepare, and I prepared
okay.
it. But SQL was asked, Python was not asked.
Okay. Just a personal question. Like you mentioned, you also prepared on the Python part, right? So at what
Hmm.
extent was your preparation, Anand? Just the basics or TSA, or at what level you have prepared in the Python perspective?
Uh, you have to prepare NumPy, Pandas, and core Python coding questions.
Okay.
Question will be asked from NumPy and Panda. If you
Okay.
have to go in detail, I would advise you to learn PySpark.
PySpark. Okay. Mhm.
PySpark is way better and the career is very good in PySpark. I am myself learning PySpark nowadays. So I would advise everyone to learn PySpark.
All right. Super. So this was all about the technical round one. And so how did you receive the result? Is it from a telephonic call or is it a mail? How was it?
Initially, I received the call from HR. After 2 days, like you have cleared the first round, and we'll be scheduling your rounds after 2 days. So it it may depend upon the interviewer availability time. So
Okay.
after 2 days, my second round was scheduled.
Okay. So it was face to face or is it online?
It was online only. You get a call from HR. Later on, you also receive the email for
Okay.
joining the interview as well.
Okay. So let's assume that an individual, unfortunately, he or she didn't clear the first
Hmm.
round. So will they receive rejection mail also, Anand? Any idea on that?
Most of the time, not, or
Okay.
they may receive after 1 month.
1 month.
So if you don't hear from the HR, or if you don't hear from the HR after first round in a week, I would advise you to call the HR
Hmm.
and ask them what was the result.
Okay.
So and you move forward.
Okay. So HR details, I mean, contact number will be given in the mail itself. Correct?
No, actually the HR will call you now, so you have
That's a
the
good
details
number.
of it. So just call to that
Okay.
number itself.
Super, super. So
Yes.
this was about the round one, and yeah, let's put a spotlight on the round two. So technical plus managerial, right?
Yes. Techno
How was
managerial round.
how was it?
So in techno managerial round, the usual they will ask you to introduce yourself.
Uh-huh.
Then they will ask you to explain your roles and responsibilities.
Okay.
The same they will ask you the toughest problem you have received.
Uh-huh.
So these are the three common questions which I faced.
Okay.
What I uh, what I came to know is in techno managerial round, sometimes they don't ask you a coding question.
Uh-huh. Okay.
They will only ask you the approach, like how will
Mm.
you do it. So in
Mm-hmm.
my case, the interviewer only asked me the approach.
Okay.
So he asked me certain just normal coding questions,
Okay.
like and then the concept of Snowflake
Mm-hmm.
and data warehouse normal concept.
Okay.
Then he shifted me about then he shifted to the managerial round question, like
Mm.
how will you handle if you have a conflict with your teammate, and then later on how will you handle if you have a conflict with your manager,
Uh-huh.
how will you handle if you have conflict with your team lead.
Mm.
These three questions he asked me. Later on he asked me how you see AI. Do you
Okay.
see him as
Yeah.
a job replacement,
Mm.
and have you perform any leadership role in the current role.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So these are some questions which has been asked in second round to me.
All right. So you mentioned about coding again. So here again, it's like a SQL related coding.
Yes.
Anything.
SQL related normal coding, not coding question, but concept questions
All
like
right.
primary key
Mm-hmm.
and all these kind of normally questions. Primary key, foreign key, joins,
Okay.
and types of joins, how you perform them, and which join you should take,
Okay.
and how you. There is one is query optimization.
Mm-hmm.
Query
Mm.
optimization is asked how you perform a query optimization in SQL,
Okay.
and then uh, yeah, these were the questions which were asked.
All right. So coding and also the approach, how you solve an individual problem, and also the optimization approach. So these were the
Yes,
highlighted in the second round.
the toughest question asked is also like it was asked two times in
Ah,
first technical round and the second technical round as well. So this why I was advising you for
mm,
the viewers, like prepare this question, like prepare it in a copy.
okay, understood. So since you been an experienced candidate, there were no assessment for you, right? First round.
Yes. For some companies, there is an assessment process, but for Infosys, there was
There is
no
no.
assessment process.
All right. So usually in looking majorly, there won't be any assessment for experienced candidate. Directly there will be a technical round followed by the HR or managerial round. So,
Yes, yes, correct.
so how long it went, Anand? Any
It
time?
was
Uh,
half an hour approximately, not more than
okay.
half an hour. Only basic questions were asked. Yeah, this one question is you have also have to prepare, because see, I was in a junior role in my current company.
Okay.
So if someone is asking me in an interview, have you performed any leadership role?
Leadership.
If you
Okay.
say no
Mm-hmm.
upfront, that won't be a good answer. So you have to create an answer in such a
Yep.
way, like it should do a, it should be a doable answer.
Uh-huh.
So I said like I didn't perform a leadership role, but anyone who comes new
Uh-huh.
to my company,
Mm-hmm.
I used to guide them. I
All right.
also did perform leadership role in my college and my
Mm-hmm.
schooling education as well.
Mm-hmm.
I used to lead all the extracurricular activities. I used to organize all the functions and all. So
Yep.
these are some leadership roles I have performed. So these are the things like you have to present yourself as a
Mm-hmm.
best version of yourself. So just write these answers.
Hmm.
This may help a lot, I believe.
Now, somewhere, speaking reality, leadership quality is also a parameter for the selection. So that is what I can.
Yes, correct. Hmm.
Chalo. So it went for half an hour. And how was the result? Telephonic call or is it email? How was it?
So evening only it was a second round, and second day itself I received a call like after half an hour we will schedule your HR.
Hmm. Okay. On the
So
same
I
day.
said okay. Yeah, second day itself.
Chalo. So I guess
So
HR
this time period may vary,
vary.
but yeah.
So the final round, the HR, I mean, you mentioned salary negotiation, right? So how was the interview started? The final round. Any talk on that, Anand?
So in HR round, they won't ask you any question like this. They will just ask you what are you expecting
Mhm.
after your name and all. They will ask. They will just take your photo with your Aadhaar card, and later on they will ask you what you are expecting. So
Mhm.
I asked them what is your budget. So
Okay.
I saw so many reels like people are
Uh,
asking what is your budget.
yeah.
So he said like it's confidential.
Uh-huh.
You can't say. Then he asked me what is your range. Then I gave him my range. He said no, this is not I can do.
Uh-huh.
So then you have to give them some reason like you have to do it. So he said like we have some financial restrictions as well. So I said my first round and second round went very well.
Mhm.
I have the required qualification, I have the required experience, and on top of it, I have the certification for Snowflake as well, which plays a crucial role as well. So I believe I have worth this money. So just let me know if we can do it or not. So he stretched in almost 90% to what I was earning that
Okay.
day. So I was okay with it.
Okay.
And I just want to tell here one thing, like if this is your first salary discussion round,
Hmm.
just accept it, try to stretch it as much as possible,
Yep.
and then keep it.
Okay.
Don't go in such a way that the salary discussion round is got rejected by yourself.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that if you have one offer, you can get another offer on top of it.
Yep. Hmm.
So then he asked me, okay, this much we can do,
Hmm.
and then it was an almost 90% to my current salary. So I was satisfied with it. And
Okay.
then I said, okay.
Mhm.
Then he said, okay then. And then the call was ended. It was literally 10 minutes now. Nothing
Okay.
much.
Uh, So, I mean, let's assume that your previous Hexaware company, the salary was between
Hmm.
4 to 5 LPA. Can we assume like that?
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, let's assume my salary was 5. So I
Okay.
was offered in the range of 9 to 11.
Okay. So you can expect like that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So you can expect like this.
mm, chalo. So, what else? Any location discussion happened, Anand? Work from
The
home? Yeah.
location was based out of Bangalore, but
Mm.
he still asked me what is your preferred location.
Location. Yeah.
So I said Bangalore. He said okay, nothing else. Sometimes the job specifically asks for a specific location.
Location. Yep.
So yeah, yeah. So this was based out of Bangalore only,
Okay.
but still he asked me, and I said yeah, I'm okay with Bangalore location.
Okay.
And he said okay.
So you mentioned that almost like 90% of hike was given for your new profile.
Hmm.
So did they
Hmm.
ask to provide a salary slip of your previous company?
Yes. So after second round happened,
Mhm.
not the second round. After first round happened, I've been asked. I received an email from Infosys TA team. They
Okay.
asked me to provide my salary slip,
Okay.
current month salary slip,
Mhm.
or the salary slip not more than 3 months older,
Okay.
and my PAN card number, my photograph, and my uh, PF number, UAN
PF
number.
number. Okay. PF number. Yep.
So this was the details which I was asked so that they can verify or do a background verification check later on when I get selected.
Okay. So here one more, Anand. When you are giving this company's interview for the Infosys, so were
Mhm.
you on the notice
Mhm.
period or notice period was already done for the previous company?
No, no, I was not on notice period.
Acha.
Infosys is, I would say, like Indian service-based companies can give you 3 months of notice period. They're okay with it.
Yep.
The problem lies with most of the product-based companies.
Hmm.
They are looking for immediate opportunities
Immediate
or
joining.
not more than 15 days. Yeah. So initially when I was receiving call for interview, the HR was asking, are you an immediate joiner? So I said no. Then they said no, we are only looking for immediate joiner.
Okay.
Then after some time, when I received another call and they said from another company, the HR said, "Are you an immediate joiner?" I said yes.
Mm.
Then they said, "Can you provide me an email for your resignation acceptance letter from your
Okay.
manager?"
Mm-hmm.
So if you think like if you can be an immediate joiner, and if you try to lie to them, they will ask the proof as well.
Proof, yes.
So what I would advise is,
Mm.
if you have accepted one offer,
Mm.
then resign if you want, and then put on the papers. And then if HR is asking if are you an immediate joiner, you can tell them like this is the resignation acceptance letter,
Okay.
and then it is also negotiable as well.
Mm.
Like I told the HR, like is it? He asked me like is it negotiable? I said yes, because some of my colleague also switched in some past few months,
Mm.
and then they also negotiated it to a month rather than 3 months. So
All right.
this is something which I think we should tell.
So it is just a common and also a mutual question. I know before putting a resignation mail or letter. So what are the things we should get
Mhm.
from the company and before putting a resignation, Anand? Any talk on that?
So in my company, when you put on the paper, you get a call from HR,
Acha. Mm-hmm.
and they will ask you like, do you want to revert back to the position and don't want to leave the company? And
Okay.
they will try to make your offer or give you a preferred location and all.
Okay.
Later on, if you say no, I will stick to my career growth plan and I will switch, then what will happen? They will, after your last day, you have to surrender your assets
Ah.
first of all.
Yep.
Then you will be given your relieving letter,
Mm-hmm.
and there will be a full and final settlement, which is called F&F.
Okay.
So what will happen when the laptop and all your assets, including charger,
Mm-hmm.
laptop, or sometime bag as well.
Okay.
So when all your assets given by your company, including
Mm-hmm.
ID card, are
Okay.
surrendered to the
Mm-hmm.
company will try to find, is there any no dues, is there any books that you took from the library, or is
Okay.
there anything broken in the assets that you surrendered?
Okay.
And if everything is fine, you
Mm-hmm.
will get uh, your last month salary in 45 days,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
full and final settlement.
Mm.
So this is what company will give.
All right.
Along with along with full and final settlement, you will also get a service letter, or you can say the experience letter from the
Mm.
company.
All right. All right. So this was all about the behind the scene procedure we need to do, before putting a resignation letter. So
Mhm.
anything else we can add, Anand, which can be beneficial for freshers or same people who are on the same boat, shifting the job. Yep.
And just tell you one thing, before completing this interview, before finalizing this interview, this is not the first interview I cracked.
Ah, mm.
Before this, I appeared in three different interviews. First two interviews, I was not able to crack the first round. And the third interview I gave, I cleared the first round, but I rejected in the second round.
Mhm.
And this was the fourth interview which I gave, and somehow I got selected.
Okay.
So this is a try and error process that you have to do. And this is not the first time I applied in Infosys. I applied three times earlier in Infosys.
Okay.
One for a Java developer,
Mhm.
which I was saying earlier.
Ah,
Like if you want to switch, you just apply randomly,
ah,
blindly to the job. This is not correct.
not
I
correct.
applied in AWS data engineer, even
Mhm.
though I had an experience in Snowflake, not particularly AWS.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I was rejected there as well.
Okay. Mhm.
So just keep in mind this is a try and error process.
Mhm.
There is also one flaw I didn't notice, but I took the feedback from my friend who also before me got selected in Infosys. The
Okay.
thing with Infosys is he applied in three jobs. He got
Mhm.
shortlisted in all the three,
Okay.
one by one.
Uh-huh.
But what happened is after the interview slot selection email,
Uh-huh.
the interview didn't join. He
Okay.
joined there for half an hour, but the interview didn't join and he got rejected.
Okay.
Same happened for the second job as well.
Mhm.
But the third job, fortunately, the interviewer came and it happened.
Okay.
So then he got selected. So these are the some things which can happen in your
Mm.
process as well. So what I would suggest is talk to the HR, write an email to them, follow them through LinkedIn and message
Okay.
them there as well. Like this is
Yep.
what is happening to me.
Yep.
Please try to resolve this ASAP. So this is what I would say.
Chalo then. So, yeah, guys, as I mentioned, I'll be attaching all the supporting links in the description. I mean, the sources which he used while his preparation period. And if Anand don't mind, we can also attach his CV, pattern CV, so that people
Yes,
can
we
get an
can
idea
attach this.
what to put it and all. So, yeah, he's okay, guys. I will be sharing his CV in the description. Go have and try to implement
Yeah,
template. Yeah,
we
go ahead.
can. Yeah. So I just wanted to add two more things. One is there is a website called Nodeflare, which I somehow came to know that which can show your resume score as well. Like
ATC.
you just paste your resume there and you paste the job description, and it will
Mhm.
match the keywords from the job
Okay.
description
Mhm.
into your resume. And
Okay.
from that, you can also create an ATS friendly resume as well,
Super.
free of cost. And from there itself, you can apply to the job as well.
Mm.
It's a very very important website I just came to know.
Okay.
Another thing is Infosys is a huge IT company. It has lakhs of employees. So
Yep.
the offer letter, the process from interview, like from applying till I get the offer letter, took almost more than a month, maybe 1 month and
Okay.
15 to 20 days.
Mm.
So it may take some time, but if you cleared all the rounds
Mm.
and you reached till HR round and salary discussion also happened very well,
Okay. Mm.
I would suggest you to wait for 10 to 20 days. And if nothing happens, do the same thing. Reach out to them, call them, mail
All right.
them, reach out to them in LinkedIn. So things will sort out.
So yeah, guys, everything I'll be attaching in the description. Just go and have a look into that. And Anand, I guess we covered everything. So we're
Hmm.
not missing anything, right? सब cover हो गया ना?
हाँ, I believe सब cover हो गया है और तो कुछ बचा नहीं है.
चलो then.
Nothing. Everything is fine. Hmm.
So yeah, guys, if there is any update, we're gonna do part two of this series, and we'll be updating you with if we get any more information. And Anand, thanks a lot, man, for taking time and joining us, and sharing total your interview experience regarding Snowflake Data Engineer. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, it's always special connecting with you, Akshay, and sharing all my insights so that we can help the community in a better way because Snowflake data engineer role is relatively newer and I didn't get much
Mm.
insight.
Yep.
So I failed uh, relatively more
Mm.
because it is different for every person. My friend tried for a year and then he got shifted to another company. I tried and it took me 6 months. My friend did it in 2 months. So I just want to tell everyone like it's a process and it's not a destination, it's a journey you have to go with. Yeah, nothing else.
Hello, then. And personally, I'd like to thank you, Anand, for coming forward and mentioning about your shift to the new company and motivating me to do a series on this profile. So I guess we didn't do any Snowflake videos on our channel. So this is the first, and
Hmm.
it's
I tried
coming.
finding, but you didn't had any. I didn't. Also, I didn't find
Snowflake,
any
huh?
videos on YouTube itself.
अच्छा
Yeah, yeah. Even though it's a very trending field and it's in very
हम्म
much demand, but
करना पड़ेगा
there are not much videos on Snowflake.
चलो. So yeah, I can take your insight also for my like while I do a shift to other company, I can take your insights and implement in my uh, company shift procedure. And thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, guys, I'll be also attaching his LinkedIn profile in the description and Insta if he's using. I will attach all his social media links in the description. Just go connect with him, get insight, get help. Definitely, he gonna support you. And yeah, go ahead.
wait, bro. I have to tell one more thing.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
So, Snowflake certification is Snowpro core certification. This is the
Mm,
first certification which, if someone is doing in Snowflake, he should do it. But the
okay.
thing it is very tough.
Ah.
But if you're not able to do the certification, just do 5 badges from it. So
Mm-hmm.
there are 5 badges in Snowflake itself.
Okay.
So badge one, badge two, badge three, badge four, badge five.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you're not able to do the certification, just use these 5 badges, use this link in your LinkedIn, and also write them in your resume as well.
Okay. Mm.
So you can just tell the interviewer like and the HR as well, like I have not completed certification, but these badges do the have the same value.
Mm. Okay.
So this is also I just wanted to share.
So just ping me, Anand. I'll just keep it in the description so that they can have it. No worries at all.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, bro.
So, chalo, I
Thank
guess
you, Akshay. Thank you,
everything is
everyone.
done. And I guess this is all about the talks in the next video. Take care. Bye.